Hello, this is Luke Hudson with BreakPoint Labs, and today we're going to be taking a quick tour of AD-RECON and some of its features. To start, we want to make sure that we have BloodHound up and running. As we can see here, I am running BloodHound locally on my Kali instance. I'm currently running version 8.3.1, which is the most recent version available in the Kali app repos at the time of this recording. And we can take a look and see that I've already ingested some data. We can do a quick query just to validate that. So let's go ahead and just do all domain admins. And here we go. We can see we've got data and our graph like we normally would see. So switching back over to AD-RECON, to start, we'll go ahead and set up our Python virtual environment. And then we'll go ahead and run AD-RECON with the tech H flag to get our help output. As we can see, we have quite a few different options. Out of the box, if you run AD-RECON without any switches at all, it'll go ahead and run our group of default queries, which we have configured in our default module. If we run any additional features like the pathing flag or the transitive flag, it'll run our default queries as well as the additional queries that we run at that point. To start, just to make sure everything's working, we can go ahead and run an individual query. We can do that by first listing out our queries with tech capital L. This gives us a list of all of the available queries to us. And let's go ahead and pick one. We'll go ahead and get admin users. So to run that, we'll do tech capital Q and then get admin users. So we can see here that it generates our output. We were able to connect to our Neo4j database. We're able to generate our output file with 16 lines of output. So to look at that, we can go ahead and cat that out. All of the output files will default to the output folder. So admin users.txt. We can see here that we identified 16 different users that have admin count equal to true. So taking it a little further, we'll go ahead and run all of our default queries. We're just going to go ahead and run AD-RECON without any flags at all. And you can see here that we got our output. We were able to connect. It was able to identify which domains are in our data. So we can see that we have 3 domains right here. It was able to identify the requisite domain controller. So there's 1 domain controller per domain, it looks like. And then it gives us some information about the data that's available to us, such as the number of sessions, the number of users, and which users are enabled. Our output further gives us information about what each individual query that was run generated. So in a lot of these instances, you'll see that we have 0 lines. That means it wasn't able to find anything for that particular query. In other cases, you'll see that we generated, for example, sessions right here. We were able to identify 5 sessions. So let's go ahead and look at that. We can see here that we have a variety of different sessions. For example, the user SQL service has a session on bravos.sos.local. We can see that we have Rob Stark and the SQL service, for example, on Castleback, and then Rob Stark and Hodor on Winterfell. So taking a look a little further, we can see that we still generated our admin users, but we also got admin groups. We can take a look at that as well. And we can see what groups have admin privileges in some way or another. We can validate this by picking one and going over and taking a look at our output on the domain controller, or on the BloodHound instance. So here we'll go ahead and grab dragons.ss.local, and then we'll do a quick search for it. So this is an admin group in some capacity, so let's take a look at what information we have here. So we can see here that admin count is configured to be true for this group, and that explains why we got this as part of our output. And we can see what members are in this group. Drogon right here. We can also validate that by going back over and looking at our output for admin users. We can see in our output that we have Drogon listed here as well. So a couple different ways to really quickly query this without having to dig through the large graphs. As we move forward, we'll take a quick look at some of the other modules available to us, such as the pathing and the transitive features, as well as writing our own queries to implement in AD-RECON.